Representing the class of 2017 Bachelor of Fine Arts degree candidates is photography and video major and the first writing concentration graduate, Allison Schaller from Madison, Connecticut. You got fans. Allison realized her vocation early on. An uncle who is a professional photographer brought her to his studio, and she knew exactly what she wanted to do. Allison enrolled in SVA's pre-college program, and she knew exactly where she wanted to do it. She says that her experience of the past 4 years has been really inspiring, most recently blending her two practices of photography and writing to ultimately make her own magazine. She's worked and interned at Vice and hopes to continue to combine text and image. Smart, skilled, open, and curious, Allison represents the very best of our undergraduate programs. Celebrating with her today are her parents, Dave and Lori Schaller, should be right there, her brother Brian, and her aunt Julie DeVito. I'm delighted to present to you the BFA speaker, Allison Schaller.
Thank you, Jeffrey, for that introduction, and greetings to everybody here today. President David Rhodes, Executive Vice President Anthony Rhodes, members of the Board of Directors, department chairs and staff of SVA, distinguished guest Gloria Steinem, all who are here today and watching on the internet, thank you for sharing this day with us. I recall the words of Angela Davis, a prominent counterculture activist of the 1960s and professor and director of feminist studies at UC Santa Cruz. At the Women's March on Washington in January, she said, "We recognize that we are collective agents of history and that history cannot be deleted like web pages." One of the things that I learned in my studies is the distinct line we imagine between childhood and adulthood does not exist. There is no gap between the concerns of adults and children. The past few weeks have been really tough on us graduating students. I've heard the phrase, "After graduation, we have to start in the real world," uttered, usually with fear, from most of my friends, and have even said it myself. I want to state that there is no start or finish happening today. Maybe at one time people would speak of studenthood versus adulthood during commencements, but that doesn't seem appropriate anymore. We are aware, maybe more than any generation before us, of the problems the real world holds. Today I speak not of differences and breaks, but of continuums. We should not be sitting and waiting for benchmarks. We need to be making things happen. We need to be the doers, not only the dreamers. As artists, we can think up anything, but it's the creating, the doing that's important. We know many of the world's problems and largely the actions we need to take. It's acting on that knowledge that's challenging. But luckily for us, we now have a leg up as we are armed with an education. Find a cause you believe in. Find something you're great at. Find a passion and make it yours. And please do so with empathy for others. I commend you all on being the doers of your educations. That's a feat that so many won't do, that so many cannot do. So, a great big congratulations to each and every one of us who worked so hard to be the class of 2017. But I wouldn't be doing no service to the people in this room if I did not note that we owe today to more than just ourselves as the graduates. Where would we be if we did not have our support groups? To cry to during the stress of an upcoming deadline, and celebrate with when our work was on display. On behalf of all the graduates, I would like to thank the parents, guardians, siblings, grandparents, and friends who are with us today and have our backs always. Today is as much about you as it is us. Class of 2017, I would like to invite you to join me in a round of applause for these people. As we move forward, I would like to leave you with the words from Wilma Mankiller, the first female chief of the Cherokee Nation. We must trust our own thinking, trust where we are going, and get the job done. Congratulations, and thank you.
Thank you, Allison. You got the job done.